Hour 2, the run home with Joel and Fletch, and I'll tell you what, the E in SEN Sports Entertainment Network, the E's about to dial right up here, Brian, because we have been very fortunate to have this young man grace our presence, his presence with us, and we're talking about the number one in Australia, Australia's best bartender. So what happened on Monday? 8 of Australia's best bartenders converged upon the Sofitel in Sydney, the Wentworth.
Sofitel.
What did I say?
Sofitel.
The Sofitel in Sydney, Wentworth, to be crowned Australia's best bartender. Only one, Brian, would leave. And joining us now is Group Creative Cocktail Lead at Maryvale, James Irvine. G'day, James.
G'day, gents. Thanks for having me.
Good on you, James. A quick one. I've been asking about this. Are you single?
No, I have a very lovely partner named Jess.
Okay. Did you meet Jess while you were working?
Yep, as the tale goes, lady walks into a bar and ends up with a hopeless boyfriend.
Yeah. But I was saying, before Jess came along, did you get accosted much by clients, or not clients, customers, saying, thank you very much for my champagne, would you like to go on a date?
Yeah, if I can answer that honestly, no.
Really?
Really?
Nah, there's better looking blokes than me behind the bar.
No, you're a good looking bloke.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Did anyone did they ever slip you a note or an extra tip and give you a wink and say, no?
Nah, mate, you're scraping the barrel with me.
Okay.
Why?
I just thought, I was just thinking that your occupation would be high up on the opposite sex.
Well, for others, just not me, mate.
No, you're selling yourself short.
James, can I ask you this? Because you are now the number one bartender in Australia. What's the key components to be that person? Is it charisma? Is it the moves in which you do stuff? What makes somebody the number one bartender in Australia?
Look, there's a few parts to it. I think the first one for me is persistence. This is the 9th time I've tried this. So, 8 times a loser. There's a great footy expression. You've got to lose one to win one. I just had to do it 8 times over.
So 8 people turned up on Monday to the Sofitel, Brian, Wentworth in the city. What's the format to decide this winner?
Yeah, so it's a long process. The competition started in January.
Oh, wow.
Expressions of interest. And you actually build a portfolio of drinks over the months that you're in the competition. So the competition is called Diageo World Class, and it's considered to be the Oscars of bartending. 55 bartenders from around the world will be going to Toronto, Canada in September this year to compete for their country. We've got a bit of there's a bit of a Canadian mafia almost because they've won 4 of the last 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, really?
So I think there's a bit of an inside job there. So I'm actually going over there to represent Australia and hopefully bring home the gold. So
was that part of the first prize? The winner would go and represent Australia? Only the winner?
Only the winner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, are you making up your own cocktails and drinks? Or
I'm not ripping people off.
No, that's what I mean. But when you come up, you're not making an old fashioned or a mojito.
No,
you're coming up with your own concoction, so to speak.
So, one of the challenges on Monday night was actually a speed round, which is interesting because I'm built for comfort, not built for speed. But I actually ended up winning the fastest bartender on the night, and they were all classic cocktails. So Cosmopolitans and daiquiris and Ramos Gin Fizzes and those type of drinks were all being made, and it was 9 drinks in 6 minutes.
Oh, and you got it.
You beauty, yeah.
Wow. We were talking earlier, Brian and I, James, about, a lot of people in their vocation, right? So I think we caught up with Stephanie Rice, and she hadn't been back in the pool since she retired, as far as a competitive sort of way. Brian's a plumber, rank plumbing at home. I'm a sparky. I wouldn't change a light to save my life. What about yourself? Do you get on the sauce when you get home, or are you?
Yeah. People coming over to your mates going, make us one.
Oh, all the time. There's a great expression, never trust a skinny chef, and probably the same thing with bartenders, right? But, no, I love making drinks at home. I've got cocktailware. I've got a back bar of spirits. I recently moved, and my girlfriend actually made me kind of do a stock take and give some bottles away. So the old man was pretty happy because he got about 30 bottles of whiskey out of it.
Wow.
What's your favourite cocktail to drink, not make?
Favourite cocktail to drink is a daiquiri, classic daiquiri. So rum, lime, and sugar, the holy trinity of drinks.
Why is that the holy trinity?
Well, it's such a pure drink, right? Like you can really judge someone's effort, skill set, and understanding of flavour balance with the less ingredients you use. So it's
right.
It's like a really good way to test someone's ability to balance flavour.
So just on that, James, even if Brian and I kind of had a recipe for a daiquiri versus yourself or one of your colleagues, blind testing, would you comfortably know who had made what?
You want me to answer that honestly? Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's no different to the NRL, the park rugby league player versus the NRL player. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of it does. The home hacks are keep your glassware as cold as possible. Shake your drinks to. There's a great expression. You want to shake your drinks to wake them up, not rock them to sleep. So if you have a bit of a limp cocktail shake, you won't aerate, dilute, or chill.
Yep.
Well, that was my next question, because when you go to those fancy places and you see those blokes shaking like A grades, they're not really showing off. They're actually doing the right thing. Because they just seem to be shaking for so long. You just go, just pour my drink, brother.
Yeah, but sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze, and the technique plays part in that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Got some good puns.
Yeah, he does. So you've got some ice in front of you and champagne. What are you going to make for us here? This is yours.
Yes, so this is one of the signature drinks that I presented at Diageo World Class on Monday for a challenge that was called Celebrations Curated, which was a Don Julio tequila challenge.
Oh, yes, we like Don Julio.
And part of the challenge was you had to use one of these beautiful miniature 1942 Don Julio bottles.
Oh, yeah.
And the celebration that I decided to kind of put into a cocktail was a drink based around weddings.
Yes.
I'm sure you boys are the same. I always get asked to MC weddings.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, when you do, the opening line should be, weddings are such an emotional occasion, even the cake is in tears.
Oh, boom. Boom.
So,
or the other one, I went to a wedding just last week of 2 TVs.
Oh.
Two TVs, yes.
Here we go.
Yeah, the
How was the wedding, Brian?
not great, but the reception was epic.
there it is.
Great.
Thank you.
The ceremony wasn't great, but the reception was great.
That's exactly
Get
right.
that into you, Jimmy.
Hey, James, just as you get set for this, can I ask you, when you're doing this ahead of a big tournament, which you've just come through, are you getting your mates around to sort of
Test?
Is that a big part of it?
Yeah. Trial and error.
Yep.
Make, repeat, do it again.
Be
do it
honest
again.
with us. Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like the harshest feedback's usually how you get the best results.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I workshop with a lot of kids who are wanting to become the next generation of bartender, and a lot of it is unfortunately providing constructive criticism and feedback and development. It's like doing training runs. Like you don't go out and win a premiership. You don't train.
So are you, when you're like in your day-to-day on a Saturday night, are you on the tools effectively, or are you sort of the manager and you're bringing the youngest staff through?
Well, I'm not serving people, but I'm tasting drinks and checking the vibe and that type of stuff. So I'm in and out of venue all the time. I work very closely with our chefing team, our marketing team, and
so it all connects and everything's
all the creative outlets in the role.
Now, Brian, our man, he spoke about one of the hacks is to keep your glasses chilled.
Yes. So
I noticed you come in here, James, with 2 glasses of ice, and now you've got rid of the ice.
Yes. So you want your glassware to be as cold as a mother-in-law's glare.
Oh, boom, another one. Write these down, Brooksy. Write these down and stick them on the window.
Thank you. And the reason is there's three T's to bartending: taste, temperature, and texture. And I feel that this drink does all of that. So this drink, as mentioned earlier, is based around wedding cake and using Don Julio 1942 as the backbone of that flavour profile of wedding cake. So quite luxurious, textural. So these bottles have been frozen as well.
Wow.
And then in this canister, and this is an old school drink called a fizz. So it's kind of like what my nan used to drink back in the heyday. So you'd be whipped, kind of like meringue style cocktail. And we're doing it with 1942. Should I make you a couple?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So what's in the Jennifer canister?
So what we have here,
You can use that one if you want.
I feel like you should get a bell ring for that, mate.
Get him a bell ring.
There we go, you beauty. So what we have in the siphon here is actual wedding cake that we've compressed into dairy, and then we've fortified it with natural fruits. So Japanese yuzu.
Oh, good drink.
Which is very aromatic, floral, citrusy.
Yep.
I think very citrusy, vibrant. And then a beautiful tropical fruit that is native to New Zealand called Feijoa.
Of course.
Wow.
Are you finding that tequila it's become very, very popular with the younger generation?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Who started that? Was it all these celebrities bringing out their own?
Very much part of it, but tequila's been a spirit since the early 19th century, right? It hasn't become as popular in Australia till the last decade or so.
Yeah.
And it's mainly the way that it's drunk. So the margarita is the world's most popular cocktail, but tequila is so versatile. There's another drink called a Paloma, which is essentially a tequila grapefruit soda cocktail. And on a hot summer's day, like, there's nothing better.
Right.
Crisp, light, delicate, delicious. Mine's with Don Julio Blanco.
You need Don Julio, because remember those rank Sierras with that little rank hat as the bottle lid? They're rank.
Hey, Brian, here's your
they
chance
are
to
so
show
bad.
off. What do you say about your tequila?
Tequila. Okay, so if you've got the Blanco,
Yep.
you give that to your neighbour.
Okay.
The Añejo, Reposado you give to your wife.
Yep.
And the Añejo you keep for yourself.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy if you're happy, mate.
Yeah. fair enough.
I drink it all. I love Blanco and margaritas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, that's you
fresh.
don't want to waste it, but I'd have that on the rocks.
Well, we're going to have it in a very fancy cocktail. So
Okay.
you have your wedding cake fizz and then a bit of bubbles that we opened today at lunchtime, just having a bit of celebratory lunch. We're going to charge that cocktail, and what you'll see is
Verve cliquet, listener. So we're not. This is going to cost us a bit, I'd imagine, because you've got the top of the range.
top of the range everything. And then the idea is that you get your frozen 1942 miniature, and you just add it to the cocktail. And the reason is that, one, it's theatrical. It'll add to the drink, and you'll see that the foam will start to mix together.
Wow.
And the idea is that the whole story behind a wedding is you get like a little gift, like a little goodie bag to take home. You might have a little swig of your 1942, pour it into your fizz, and the idea is that you can have your cake and drink it too.
Yes.
Ding.
So we couldn't make this ourselves, could we?
Yeah, we could.
What about the cake stuff?
Yeah, like there's some technique involved.
there?
It's about
Could you get us just a sponge cake, from Coles? And
Put it in the blender?
yeah, could you do that?
I went to a beautiful Italian bakery in Leichhardt to get
Okay.
a wedding cake called Mezzapica on Norton Street. But I reckon you could do it with a woolly sponge if you're caught in a pinch.
Wow.
I'm
wow.
going to try this.
But yeah, if you give that a mix, you can actually eat.
Oh, I'm going to eat it.
You
Do I
can
mix
eat
it all in?
Mix it all in, and you'll get. And then the idea is you kind of just.
Oh, it smells good.
So, James, just repeating, is this the recipe that won you the top gong?
Yep.
Wow. What did you call it?
The cake is in tears.
The cake is in tears.
Jimmy, do I scull this or sip it?
I reckon you can scull it, mate.
Scull it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
as a rule, do you go back to the well on the world stage? You're going to produce the cake and eat it again?
No, so there'll be a whole new set of challenges.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Doesn't even taste like alcohol.
The 2 standard drinks. Drink responsibly.
Yeah, but it does. It does taste like a cake.
Yeah. That's the
Like
idea.
it-
So wedding cake.
Oh, this is awesome.
So 1942 has tropical notes to it, beautiful, luxurious texture and mouthfeel, and the idea is to kind of inspire. And that's the side of cocktails a lot of people don't. That's
What?
a fresh one there. Yeah, go for it, Fletch.
No, this is yours, sure.
Okay.
Are you off the drink?
No, that's right. I'm not off the cakes, though.
And this, what do the other contestants do?
So we had.
Cheers, Keithy. That's Carnival, Keith, by the way.
We had 6 minutes to produce 9 drinks,
Yep.
and there were 3 signatures. So you made 3 of
Lovely.
each 3 of your signatures.
Yeah.
And they were all different challenges. So one was a Mr. Black single origin soiree. So that's a coffee liqueur brand, and
Yep.
you had to make a drink based around daytime drinking, evening drinking, and then a dessert cocktail. And then there was the Celebrations Curated, which was with Don Julio, and that was based. One had to use the minis here, which are really cool and fun, and then they were based around celebrations. So I did the wedding, obviously.
Yep.
And then I did one for my mother's, and that was shout out to Sue Irvine. She loves a margarita.
What about the
and
mother-in-law? What do you give the mother-in-law?
the future mother-in-law would probably be on the cards one day, I reckon.
Yeah.
Not currently, so don't. take
Oh,
it.
hang on.
Oh, make her earn it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, true. And then I'm a bit of a sports tragic, so I actually did a cocktail based around the sensation of cut grass on a footy oval.
Oh, how did you get that? What did you use for the
So it's
bit
a,
of what was those
And,
shots?
and
we used to-
what footy oval are we talking about?
it could be anything.
Wheatgrass.
What do the posts look like in this footy game that you're talking about?
They could be rectangular with a crossbar. They could be 4 posts side by side.
Yep.
It's literally the sensation of victory. So this is actually where cocktails go into storytelling and a bit more of a parable around them.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but there's actually a sensory motor that in your body, your energy, the sensation of victory, things will naturally taste sweeter. So the sensation of like the taste of victory is sweet.
Hence why you get the champers after the game.
It's actually true. So flavour molecules things will be less sharp, less bitter, less tannic.
Right.
So to do that, we actually made a distillate. Well, I made a distillate, of hops. So what you use to make beer.
Yep.
Coriander and lime, and
Wow.
that actually has the polyphenols of cut grass on a footy oval.
Is that right?
Geez,
Gee
there's a lot of
whiz.
science behind this.
Yeah, look, I mean, anyone who tells you a bartender's cool are actually a bunch of nerds.
Yeah. When was the last time you actually just poured a schooner?
Today.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you do everything.
Oh, mate, yeah. I love schooners. I love beer. I love everything. I drink a lot of wine, drink a lot of spirits.
When did you know you wanted to be a bartender?
Unfortunately, probably when I finished my university studies.
Right.
Right at the end there, and I'd been working just for money for beer on the weekends. But yeah, it was around that time where I'd just fallen in love with it. I was a cellarman. I was playing a bit of footy at the time, and
What were the posts looking like?
Is there 4 or 2?
there was 2 in this.
Okay.
Oh, is there?
I reckon it's rugby.
It was rugby.
You look
yeah.
like a number 10.
Um,
You were scheming number 10?
No, I was a short ball specialist.
Which is what? What's that mean?
Prop.
Oh, right. Oh, jeez. You got to go through the gate. Get through the gate. What about this one here? We got, this is from Rob. Tequila, red wine and plum sauce. Dry, shake, strain and garnish with a spring roll.
Okay, sounds like a succulent Chinese meal in a
Yeah.
glass. Yeah.
Would you think about doing something like that?
Thanks, Rob. Might take that to Toronto with me.
Yeah. And who do we got to beat? I know you mentioned the Canadian. Who's the guy we need to take down? Or girl?
Look, there's always really strong competition from the US, the UK. A lot of the Asian markets have. Singapore's taken it out recently. Yeah, but Australia has historically done really well. So I think I'd rather not disappoint than over impress. But
Right.
we do have a monkey on our back, and we're really excited. I think the next 3 months focusing on tasting a lot, probably pushing some boundaries and some creative innovation in the world of bars will be something that we're looking forward to do.
Sounds good.
Well, Brian, we have been in the presence once again where we've had Usman Khawaja standing there.
Yeah.
We've had so many big stars standing there. But today standing there, Brian, is James Irvine, our country's best bartender, who's off to take on the best of the world, 55 of the best. He's going to come back on, Brian, after he comes back as the world champion.
With a trophy.
After having won the Diageo World Class Australian Bartender of the Year. The Diageo World Class Bartender of the Year. How good is the Diageo World Class Bartender of the Year competition?
Quick question from Josh. What's the secret to a good pina colada?
Diageo.
No, Diageo, you supply the drinks, don't you? You import them and all that sort of stuff?
Mad importers.
It's the world's largest spirits portfolio.
Yeah.
They also own some great brands like Guinness.
Diageo do. Wow.
What's the secret to a good pina colada?
Fresh ingredients, and it's the same. Making cocktails is the same approach to making, dishes. You wouldn't skimp on, quality produce in your food, right? So fresh pineapple juice, cream of coconut. There's a great product called Coco Lopez, and a really great rum. I made one recently with Ron Zacapa Centenario that you can get from any bottle shop and any big liquor chain as well. My recipe is 60 ml rum, 60 ml pineapple juice, 30 ml for the coconut cream, and then just a dash, just literally maybe half a teaspoon of lime juice and a pinch of salt.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, folks, you're going to want to podcast this because you're going to want to listen back. I know you'll be doing this, Brian.
What about you coming out with a book, cocktail book, when you become number one?
I reckon if I came up with a cocktail book, it'd be more like bedtime stories.
No.
Put people to sleep.
No, that sounded good. That got me. That wedding cake thing was delicious.
Yeah,
I'm a tequila man, though.
There you
I've
go.
got to be honest.
James Irvine, congratulations to Diageo World Class Australian Bartender of the Year. Off to take on the best of the world for Diageo, and we love all of that. The run home with Joel and Fletch, and I'll see you at the bottom, boys. No worries. James, thank you so much, mate. All the best representing us in
That reminds me
Toronto.
of Mexico.
You beauty.
Buenos dias, muchachos.
Adrian Brazenko is up there at the Blue Mountains, I believe. The Blue Mountains. 5 New South Wales Origin players, Brian, either did not train or were on restricted duties in a disrupted session in the Blue Mountains today. Payne Haas with a back complaint, Hudson Young with a groin concern, and Brian To'o with that knee watch. They just glanced on from the sidelines at the Blue Mountains Grammar School at Wentworth Falls. From the sidelines, while Haas pairing Nathan Cleary with that groin problem and Jerome Luai, who had that boil infection, they didn't participate in the wrestling session. So, do you need to do wrestling at this level, Brian?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. The only thing is because blokes, they're coming from different teams. They've got different sort of techniques.
Right.
I'm slowing the play the ball down. So I suppose if you were doing something and I was doing something, we could be sort of effectively working against each other, working together.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Jacob Kiraz, Bradman Best, Brian Kelly, Lindsay Smith, Jack Williams, Isaiah Katoa and Teague Wilton all participated in the field session. Everyone relax. It doesn't mean that these guys are the next up. But
I like what they're doing here.
So do I.
I like how they're bringing other players in, so it's not a huge shock if they are called up later. I mean, we never did this, but I do like it. I'm wondering if it also would put a bit of pressure on the incumbents. They're going, oh, geez, I better aim up, otherwise they were snapping at my heels.
Okay, well, we like that. A big morning too for league fans on SEN. What about this tomorrow? Mal Meninga. He's going to be joining Cos and Heels tomorrow at 7 bells. Dylan Edwards is with Vossi and Brandy tomorrow at 7:40 a.m. And as you know, is there a station on the planet? Has there ever been a station on the planet who talks more rugby league? SEN, your home of NRL and State of Origin, Brian.
Just going back to the 18th man, the 18th man chat. We've got one here from Resin Fingers Ray. Kurt Donahue says, hold my beer, boys. 18th man of the century. You spoke to KD.
Yep.
Where's he from?
He's from
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah, he was
Newcastle.
Newey boy.
That's right.
Another one got out of there. Matthew Johnswood's head would be spinning.
Yep. He's another one, and it's a fair call. He's the ultimate 18th man as well.
He's playing good footy.
So he's eligible for New South Wales.
Yeah, so he's of Fijian descent, so he's already played for Fiji.
Right.
Like 5 times, but he went to the Central Newcastle Butcher Boys.
The Butcher Boys, yeah.
Richie Tubb.
Yes, Stu Gobbs and Duke Nemos.
T-Sub.
Josiah Karapani, welcome to the Run Home with Joel and Fletch.
Well, thank you for having me.
Mate, quite the journey from the Warriors, SG Ball with the Warriors in 2020. You go to the Bunnies and now at the Broncos. How did that all play out?
So starting from the Warriors, growing up in New Zealand, I just went through that system there, growing up during my teenage years. And obviously COVID happened during the time and thought I'd just move over to Australia. And Rabbitohs gave me an opportunity. Had a little experience over there and then just ended up with the Broncos now. So it's been good ever since.
Josiah, we saw all the photos or the vision in the off-season when Madge Maguire had you on the bikes with the spew buckets and all that sort of jazz. Would you say that is the hardest off-season you've had since becoming a rugby league player?
Yeah, I would say that's the hardest. Doesn't help that I have an extra 2 years, so that's 2 more pre-seasons of that. So,
that's right.
What was it?
Yeah, but I guess...
Josiah, what was the hardest? What was the hardest? What was the most physical, taxing exercise or wrestling or running that you did? What made you all spew?
I reckon it was the Mount Cootha run.
Okay, tell us what that is.
So we were there's like the massive hill in Brisbane, like near a highway, like not too far from the city, and we just did like a little conditioning block before. And, like, we were thinking that was it. And then they said they were getting ready for a run, and it's just this massive hill going up, and it's so steep. Like, we couldn't even run up there. We were, like, just ticking our legs over.
Wow.
So we got to the top, and then, I reckon that was the hardest time during preseason. But there's heaps, but that's one that I can think of.
Chatting with the young Bronco flyer, Josiah Karapani. Now, just on these army camps, you learn a lot about your peers and your teammates. Who was the player who shone brightest in those very, very dark, difficult times?
So we had teams, and fortunate for me, I had Katoni on my team, so he was one of our leaders.
Yep.
And I remember he really always taught us that he really wanted to win the comp, and you can just see that he really wanted it more than the year before. And he would just lead us when we were like on our lowest, like tired, fatigued, was quiet, and he was the energy man, just lifting us up and stuff. So you can kind of see that carry through him this season as well.
He's having a good season, isn't he, Tony Staggs?
I'd hate to tackle him. Josiah, I was reading an article last week that you were saying that despite you taking his position, Selwyn Cobbo has been really good for you, giving you advice. Geez, that must fill you with confidence.
Yeah. So just since the start during preseason, even before like all these army camps and the trainings that we've done, you know, it actually brought us closer because we can always see like someone, you know, it's a bit like tired from training or whatever, but we're always picking each other up and always making sure that we have a laugh, which is important during our trainings, and making sure we keep each other accountable stuff on and off the field. So we're pretty close as a group, especially like Cobbo, and it's expected that we still have like that friendly environment. Also, we're still trying to succeed and just train hard.
Hey, what about goal setting when it comes to Madge? Is he big on goals? Was there a goal at the start of the year to make the top four, or what do you guys focus on long term?
So our focus was on just trying to get the little things right. We're mainly off the field, getting our mental part right. Just training hard, long days, buying into the team and what the team wants, especially culture. Culture is a big one.
Mm.
And just buying in and that's probably about it, really.
Maybe the story of the year is the guy who's been playing inside you, Gehamat Shibasaki. Tell us a little bit about him, and you must be excited for him, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm so happy for him. It's massive, you know, like just seeing the difference that he's had since joining the club. Because I found out that he was with the club before, but just a massive change, and he's made a big impact to the team with his defense and his attack. And even off the field, he's such a good role model and good person. So you can't hate him for anything. He's good.
All right. Well, the question I'm going to propose to you, Josiah, is next Wednesday. Is it blue or is it maroon?
It's blue.
Oh, good boy. Yes, Josiah. I knew you were smart.
We need to do a reveal party.
Yeah, we should. We should do a reveal party.
No disrespect to the boys. I wish them all the best. That are playing for Brisbane, both sides. But yeah, I think just growing up from New Zealand, don't really have much to say. But yeah, blues. That's
now, Josiah, away from rugby league, I understand that you like spinning discs. You like a little bit of vinyl. You like a bit of headphones. You like a bit of DJing. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I do. Like I've had a go like I think the year before. Did a bit of studying on it. That was like my thing I wanted to do off field. Have my own DJ deck and stuff, but I recently just moved, so I haven't really touched it that much. But that's something I enjoy.
What would your DJ name be? It wouldn't be like Winger on the Pingers or anything like that, would it? What would your DJ name be? What would your DJ name be?
Well, I haven't really thought about it, but when me and my boys will be like going on the DJ deck together, like we were trying to figure out what we're going to do, but I haven't thought about it yet.
Brian, you know that creative people can do DJ stuff. Creative people can also come up with nice choreographed plays when it comes to Try July.
Oh yes, well you tell Josiah what we've got to do.
That starts this week, right? So Try July, all throughout July, of course. Sports bet, $5,000 to go to the Hardship Fund.
Yes.
And also to the Australian Skin Cancer.
So it's for a good cause.
Great cause. Have you got anything up your sleeve for Try July?
Not really. I had a little chat with Ezra because we like a bit of Brazilian music, but there's like a specific dance.
Samba.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, something like that, but I don't know yet.
Okay, can I propose something? Can I propose something that if you score, Ezra gets on all fours and he's like a DJ disc, and you get on and you just put your hands up and just,
my God.
What do you reckon? Does that work?
That's great.
I'll ask him. I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just do something like that. You like DJing, and that would work.
Josiah, do you know how proud we would be, Brian and I, just sitting, watching the game at home, Brian, and
Yes.
then either yourself or Ezra has gone through, and then down he gets, and
All
then
falls,
bang.
and you just get on top, and you just get.
Oh no, that'd be crazy. But like, I'm not even the type to really celebrate like my drives because it's all
but
from
it's-
the boys. But
It's for a good cause.
it's for a good cause, so I have
Great
to.
cause.
Yeah, that's right.
We're helping people out.
Nah.
People in
good.
need,
Yeah, yeah.
Josiah.
Now, try July. We're
Yeah,
looking forward to
yeah.
that.
I'm feeling this.
That's great, Brian. Great initiative
Yes.
too. We need something because you know the Johnny Bairstow, like something that was a culturally sort of
Yes.
topical thing.
Yeah.
What do we have at the moment? That's something that.
Well, and we did have the Olympics last year, and I know no one did it. No one did the ray gun.
Oh,
I
yes.
thought that would be big.
Yep.
Now that was
Oh,
rap, when she did the rank rapping, and whether or not we did that, I don't know. It's something to think about. But would Madge be okay with it? Do you feel, Josiah?
Oh no, he'll be sweet.
Yep.
I mean, it's for a good cause, so
It
he
is.
can't complain, you know.
Nah, that's
if he,
right.
nah,
that's
and if he
right.
does complain, we'll just chin him.
I'll say it with you guys.
Okay.
Can we get to know this guy, tourist, a little bit better,
I've got
please?
to know him, and he's a keeper.
Yeah,
he's
he's
my
a keeper.
he's my man.
Yeah, he's my man. I would prefer if he went back to the right and let Jesse win the top try scorer for me. But anyway, favourite movie, Josiah Karapani. What's your favourite movie?
Ooh. I'll probably say it's one of like the Transformers.
Oh, okay.
One of the Transformers movies.
What
I don't know any of those ones, but Transformers, yeah.
Okay, all right. What about this one comes in from Alice. I love the sound of this guy. Is he taken off the market?
Hang on.
Alice says this every time, doesn't she?
What's this?
Alice has asked, are you taken? Are you on the market?
Are
Are
you
you
in a
free?
relationship? Are you single?
Oh my gosh. Taken.
Taken.
Okay.
Oh, taken.
Yeah.
Okay, you said that quite strongly.
Yes.
You said that strong. Hey, what's your partner's name?
Tater.
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 Is she from?
Yeah.
Is she Queenslander? Is she from Brisbane?
She said blues.
Oh, she's a blues girl.
Oh, okay.
Good. I was speaking.
She's lying.
No.
Oh, okay.
Throw her on.
Yeah,
throw her
please.
on.
Yeah, blues.
Is Tater there? Does she want to have a few words?
No, I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. That's great, Tater. What about your spare time? If you're not on the DJ discs, Brian, are you playing golf? Are you into your gaming, or what are you doing there?
Oh, so I know a few of the boys in the team play golf, but like I know for me, now I'm not good at that, so I'll just stick to the gaming.
Oh, what sort? Fortnite, COD.
Fortnite, OG game called Rocket League, if you know.
No. Have you ever? What I want you to do, just so when you get home and you get off this phone call, go onto YouTube and just type in Vendetta. It was a game. Just see what you think of it.
Oh, Brian.
Yeah, sweet.
It's
I'll
called
have a look.
it's called Vendetta.
Yeah.
That's probably my era. where I used
Maybe
to get-
don't. Maybe don't.
No, it's good.
Yeah, maybe don't.
Yeah.
Hey, Josiah, all the best, mate. Big game coming up. Big few months coming up. Like, there's every reason the Broncos could win this competition. I'm sure you believe you can win the competition, but top four would be almost essential, which makes this game very essential. Mate, all the best, and thank you so much, mate. You've been a great guest. The board has lit up saying you're a keeper,
Yes.
and we can't wait to have you back on.
And we can't wait for your
Nah,
try
appreciate it.
July. So bump Ezra tomorrow, Josiah, and he's on all fours. He's your DJ deck, and you are hovering over the top, spinning discs.
Sweet. I'll let him know.
There he is. Well done, mate. Josiah Karapani, thanks for joining the run home with Joel and
Thanks for
Fletch.
having me.
And
Good
not
on you,
forgetting, he was great, Brian. You can catch all the Broncos games live this season on SEN with Broncos Radio. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.